Hello again. Welcome to my studio. I'm doing some prep work for the new year. I'm so full of ideas about what I want to do and how I want to do it for 2018 that I decided to do something that I've really been putting aside and not accomplishing all of this year, and that is doing something with the covers on my two Dylusions journals. In order to get ready for this step, I put some black gesso on the spine section of the book and 2 layers of white on the covers, and I also removed the elastic. I did do my collaging down of my pansy papers because I'm a great pansy lover. I had some of these papers and decided this would be the ideal place for it, and I removed, as I said, I removed the elastic, and I will use a hair band closure for this. When the piece of collage paper on top of the grommet that was here holding their piece of elastic caused a little bit of a problem getting this to lay down nice and tight and not buckle. I used a straight pin and worked some air holes into it, and I'm quite tickled with the effect. Most of this area around this grommet is pretty flat, considering that I had quite a few bubbles in this area. And I let them air dry and they calm down nicely. This one is only half covered, but my paint and so forth will do the job there. So this one is today's project, but that leaves me with the big one. Again, black gesso on the spine and 2 layers of gesso on the cover. But as you can see, the pieces of collage bits are many layers deep, so I got my trusty stand out and I took a picture of this one, and that's the first one because the easiest. And so now I know, or can imagine, what is what. I'm going to use matte medium on here. I've decided to do more of that medium this year, and I have a card, and I do believe that the under pieces here are this one and this one. So I'm going to remove that one and these 2 and this one. Alrighty, let's go now. I have a nice junky brush. Matte medium on the cover of the Dylusions, matte medium on the back Carol, of this piece. Well, thank goodness for that picture right in front of me, or goodness knows what I would have done with this one. It might have ended up hanging off my nose. And more matte medium on the front. Mission accomplished on that one. Okay. I know that this lag time that I'm lucky enough to have a little bit here and there before the holiday sets in And I thought I would use it to do this because probably if I didn't, I would end up working again without a pretty cover. And I do so enjoy doing this sort of thing. So I'm giving myself an official holiday pat on the back. There we go. And more on the front. Now, according to my, this would be next. Yes, this would be next. And this would be next. All right, let's get these two. I was so having fun doing this, I hadn't realized that this is going to take some serious collage layering to get that to look even vaguely like the picture I took of it, but I do like that very much. Okay. There. And last but not least, this one. This is rather thin paper. Wow. And right there. So, back cover. Mission accomplished. And let's see now. All right, the underneath bits. Let's see, I think I'll move this out of the way. This, and this are here. These two later. This later. Okay. She goes there. And these go here. So, the first layer, okay, at the 1/3 mark. So I'm going to work on putting the front cover together and letting this one dry a bit, and I'll be back. Well, that was a pleasant surprise. I guess it was a little Christmas treat, because it certainly went down quite easily, and now I'm going to let the air get at this one to give it a good dry, because I seem to feel as though I get less rippling and bubbling that way, and I want to get back to my pansies. Now, I've picked to start 3 of the focal colors in here. I've picked Ceramcoat Pansy, Ceramcoat Brown Velvet, and Empire Gold. Let's see what happens. Oh, and a Sturdy Chris card. I don't know whether I'm going to do this with fingers or a card. We'll see as we go along. Pansy and gold. I'm wondering what kind of coverage I'm going to get on this cardboard cover with 2 coats of gesso. We'll see. Learning by doing. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Now maybe a touch of pansy while we're at it. we go. This looks as though it might do the trick. And let's go for broke now. Wow. Oh, my, I like that mixture of the pansy and the Empire Gold. All right, I think this is a go. Right, I want to do a little bit more dark down here. And down here. And there we go. I think it's time to work with some tools now. I want to get rid. I'm sorry, I get quiet and forget to share, but my thought processes kind of get bogged. I want to get rid of any there I go again. I want to get rid of any background whites that might be there. Oh my. Colorful might describe it. I'm sure Some of you have other words. Maybe I'm glad I can't hear them. There we go. Now some edges of the collage paper that I'm not too thrilled with there. Let me see if I can't work some of that away. Doesn't the yellow play nicely against purple? But they are like that on the color wheel, so this is proof that it definitely does walk a fine line together. Alrighty, now there's a little too yellow here. Get rid of some of this. Better. I notice that I must pull away from this, whoops, too much of a line here. Let's get rid of that. Just a little bit over here. And a little bit over here. And here. Kind of a pansy vortex, isn't it? Well, I wanted pansies. I have them now. Let's see what I'm going to do with them. think I'm going to stop. Let me see. Yes. I'm going to give this a dry, then let it calm down, air dry, and I'll be back and we'll work on the big one. Well, I'm back and everything is nice and dry, but I'm just wondering if I mightn't want to push some of these background colors back a little bit and let the pansies pop forward a little bit. Now, in order to do that, my go-to for not pushing too far back with a brayer would be, of course, gesso, which would push the whole thing onto the next planet. But I like my golden zinc white because it's rather transparent, and I think I shall give this a little try. All right, not going to open. Get out the big guns. There we go. So, I have some baby wipes ready, and I think I'll give it a try on the back cover. And I know that I'm going to want to keep that pansy, maybe that one and that one. That would give me 3. Let's see. All right. Fingers crossed. That's kind of much. Let's see if we can't get some of that off there now. Well, yes, that seems to be taking some of the pop out of here. Let's see what happens. This brayer is not being too cooperative. I think it needs a good soak. All right, let's see what we're going to do here. This pretty pansy needs to show a little bit more. And this one. And this one. Righty. Yes. Thank heavens for the matte medium on top of these pansies, because it does permit them to come back. Yes, I'm thinking that's a little bit better. Now, let's try it on the front. Whoopsie daisy. When in doubt, plunge has been my BFF and my motto when it comes to situations like this. So I'm plunging. Let's see now. And a little more up here. And just a little more in there. Whoops. And last go on the pansies. I think yes. Let's take a little of this back, a little bit. Thank heavens for baby wipes. Let's have a little bit more showing here. Done. And off to the side for a little drying time. And back to work on the big one. I'll do the back cover first. Again, because I feel that I can wet my whistle a little bit by doing the back. And we're off. On this one, I think I'm going to do these shades of Ceramcoat, which is Tropic Bay Blue, Blue Heaven, and Soft Cornflower. All right, let's go over. We'll try doing it on this side. I might be sorry, but nothing ventured. All right, there's that one. And this one. And this one. Got a little touch of red in there to bring it towards violet. Is that going to work? Yes, it certainly is. I'll go over this binding again before I put my shiny sealer on here. I like my covers to have a shine to them. So Let's see what non-dominant hand does. And we can certainly put some paint on top of collage bits. Well, getting there. But I'm thinking this needs a little bit of that. I'm wondering if the color I used on the pansies might be a little bright. Let's see what happens. Oh, that seems to be not too bad. Yes. All righty. Maybe just a bit more down here. Very nice. All righty. It's almost in the category of yellow ochre. Let me think now. Let me have a think here. I'm wondering if this isn't a little bit too hodgepodge. Since these colors will play well together, I think I'm going to give them an opportunity to play right now. Yes, that's better. Oops, right here. Times I don't see the forest for the trees, but that will just have to do. Alrighty, I'm going to clean up a little bit so that I can shift over to this side. I'll be right back. On this side, my primaries are going to be all Ceramcoat, Stone Wedge Green, Tree Frog, and Sunshine. And off we go. Well, using the magic card, and I'm wanting some of this soft corn flour. I don't know why, but I do. Oops, too hard a line. Don't like that. There we go. I think these tools are going to do better on this because there's so much collage here, so many bits that I don't really want to lose. Oops. Okay, let me get her hand out. There it is. Oops. I think I'm going to work on eliminating whoops from my vocabulary. You don't need to hear me whoopsing at you all the time. Now, I need to bring out her face a little bit more, so maybe this one. Yes, alrighty. It's better. That too much of a hard line there. I need something. I need something. I wish I could hear you telling me what it is that I need, because I know that I need something here. This, 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 this. Okay, I think I know what I need. Let's see if we can do this. About a little spice tan. I better be ready with my white, because I'm not sure about this at all. Something's insipid here. That works there. Let's see if it'll work here. One more place, maybe over here. Oh yes. That's calming it down a little bit. Good, 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 good. I'm not exactly tickled yet, but it's calmer. And more of that on top, I think. Yes. This is almost acting as a white. Now some more over here. Right on the house. Why not? And right there. rid of some of that dead white. And maybe a little green while we're at it. Oh, oh yes. Oh yes. I think this is painted, front and back cover. Oh, this is going to be fun. I see so much that I want to do on my next round. I'm going to let this dry overnight and I'll be back. As you can see, I have been doing some stamping. I used my homemade stamp on the outside edges, and I used this flower and this leaf for the front, and some of my quite well-loved burst stencil on the front and back covers. I put in the dates for the years I've been working at this. I checked the first one, and it was way at the end of 2016. And on her face, I filled it in and made sure that she had a little bit more color in her face, and I worked a little bit more in her eyes. So then I used my Go-To Gloss Heavy Gel from Liquitex, and I put on this one, as you can see, rather heavy coat, and after about 2 or 3 days of being relegated to a quiet corner of my studio, it comes out to looking like this. And I think it's just a great finish for my personal work babies. So I'm going to put this one aside now and get back to the pansies. On the pansies, I used another of my homemade flower stamps and the leaf, and then I used some of these hot pads because they do wonderful stenciling, and I used these two on the large one. So now I'm up to this point on this last chore of the day, and I'm thinking I need just a little bit of a stencil to just pop out, maybe because of that white that I used to push back. I'm going to just put a little tiny bit, very subtle, or try to be subtle, white on here, and call it a day on this one. I'm going to see what I can find. That might be a possibility. I think I I'm going to go into my flower stencils and see if I have anything small in here. Right. Now, that's a possibility. So is that one. Small, small, small. I don't see any. Okay. I'm being called by this one. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, my, but what color? Something pale. Maybe not white. Maybe almost. I'm going to give this a try. This is Ceramcoat Sweet Pea. Yes. That's working a treat. Let's have a little more up here. Maybe a bit right there. And down there. Yes. Let me check to see when I began working in this. Ah, 16, okay. the date for this one. Thinking, I don't know why. But yes. Good. I'm going to make sure that this is dry, and I'm going to put on my Finish Gloss Heavy Gel, and I'll be right, oh, I think I'll do the Gloss Heavy Gel when I come back. Is getting it along this seam is the tricky bit here. After that, it's all systems go. I usually do the perimeter for some reason. I'm sure there are more sensible ways. If you hold the cover in the right angle to the light, it'll let you know exactly where you have been or not been. There's no need to be treating this as though it's fondant on top of a fancy wedding cake, because it isn't. It will all come out in the drying. Everything will work. I didn't know what quite to expect the first time I tried this, and all of my professional worrying were for naught. Mission accomplished. I will be back when I have the back finished. I want to thank you for joining me in this end of the year chore that I had been putting off. It's now finished. I hope you've enjoyed watching my process. I know that many of you have been saying that you would like to see more of an ongoing example of how I work. So I hope that you will enjoy this and try some of my techniques. If you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and join me when I begin some new projects in the new year. Happy New Year!